Hey guys, how y'all doing? Jonathan from Off-Road Diaries. Currently sitting inside of a special car to the channel. If you guys are new, then y'all don't realize that I have a boosted RS1 that broke down about a year ago. It was probably about 7-8 months ago. I fixed it and I never started it after I fixed it. I just put the engine in, called it a day. Let's see if she starts.
Tooth mode.
Well, hello there guys, girls, chipmunks, and squirrels. Quite the interesting scenario. I know you're staring at something blue behind me, and I figured I'd give you guys an update. I'd like to share the status of Scarlett Johansson. She is, you ever had that girl that you just love so much? I'm just being metaphorical, or guy, and no matter how hard you try to fix things, ultimately it's like, is this just a bad relationship? I hate the word toxic, but you know what I'm saying. That's been Scarlett to me. Scarlett, when I first bought the car, I want to give you guys kind of a lowdown of everything, and then I'll get you up to date on her. I bought this car, and it was blown up. It was a bone stock RS1 body-wise, pretty much for the most part. I had a couple little add-ons that were nice, and had a turbo kit on it that was installed. I'm gonna tell you guys the whole story so y'all know. When I bought this car, had a blown engine. I knew it was blown, I knew it was bad, so I knew what I was getting into. It had so many little goodies on it, plus the turbo kit, little Rockford Fosgate stereo, all that little jam. And I was like, you know what, man? I think I'm gonna buy this car and build her and make her awesome. That was the plan. And it did go kind of according to plan, sort of. But then we had some hiccups, had some other things, but I'm gonna show you guys a picture right here. That was her engine. That's right, that was her engine. We yanked her out. Holy crap. I think we're gonna need a new water pump, I mean a new oil pump.
No, I think it's...
And tore down right on the floor. And I have never seen so many parts, so many things to an engine just at one time. It's probably like thousands of parts, like teeny tiny pieces of chunks of metal. It had grenaded. When you run boost to these stock 1000 engines, they don't really like boost that much, turns out. Who would have thought? I wouldn't have thought. I'm just joking, I knew. At the end of the day, I think it was just gonna happen. You only push so much boost through these engines for consistent periods of time before they just grenade. So that's fine. Moving forward, get an engine put together. All the things done to it. Brian Crower pinned case halves, Brian Crower billet crank. It has a Brian Crower cylinders, stroker motor. It is a stroker crank, by the way, so longer pistons, a little bit more of a stroke. Brian Crower pistons, rods, and then the head was redone. Then the motor was put back together. Basically everything was new. New valve springs, new valves, new cams, like everything was new on it. I had a lot of money just in parts for this engine. And even though I build engines, I was like, you know what, I want a company to build this engine because this has so much money involved in it. I want it to be a reliable engine that I know that I didn't make a mistake on, somebody else could have. And that is, yeah, that's kind of, it's where the demise began. This shop, I'm not gonna say their name, like I said, this is an accident, and I don't think that they're used to building stroker motors there, so I don't blame them for it. I do blame them for the mistake they made, but not in a sense that I want to blast them, so I'm not going to bring their name up. So they built my engine. I was super excited and got the engine back in the RS1, just so pumped about it. And then I ended up driving it for a good while. It lasted about 3 or 4 dune trips. After that, I ended up seizing a cylinder, or seizing a piston in the cylinder. Didn't know what was going on. I was like, what the heck? It was running so great. So get it back to my shop, yank the motor, I disassemble it, which I do have recording of it, and after it's disassembled, I realized that the oil squirters that come in underneath the pistons were completely chopped in half. They're supposed to go like this. They were chopped in half like this. So pretty much pistons weren't getting any oil, not where they were supposed to anyways, and it froze the rings up on it. Excuse me, that's what happened. It froze the rings onto the piston itself. And I was like, well, that sucks, because these are expensive pistons. I think they're about $600 or $700 for the pair. The shop, even though I recorded everything showing that it was their fault, they didn't want to honor anything, which I do think was kind of crappy of them, but it is what it is. I ate the cost. I bought pistons, carried on, and put new pistons in it. Everything was great. Well, when I put the pistons back in, we go back out, we're having fun, everything's grand. We were at Invasion, I believe, and Krista was following me, which you saw in one of the clips. And when Krista was following me, something just started going off. All of a sudden, I was getting raw fuel again, lost compression on a cylinder.
Well guys, I think we have some not so good news for Scarlett. Jonathan thinks he dropped another valve. So I've just been ripping around these little dunes while I can have seat time. This will be the last that I get to drive Sharp. Never fail. I think our positivity on Scarlett has run thin, so just kind of is a major bummer. So we'll update you guys when we have an update.
Bring it back to my shop to find out I had gotten a hole in my valve. Oh, well, there's our problem.
What?
Right here.
What you got?
I'll show you what I got.
Oh. Drop the valve? Suck the valve. Oh, a cup.
Nope, drop the valve.
Suck the valve.
Yep.
Well,
I was getting ready to look at that too. Let me see.
I think we just figured out why we don't have any compression.
Yep. Buggered that.
Yeah, so the cam is screwed too. Which you saw that part. Put a new valve in, it was a hole in my shim bucket, which goes over your valves, pushes down the springs, and that hole knocked off the clip, the locking clip for the valve dropped. Luckily it didn't damage the piston. I got very lucky somehow that it hung in a weird position. So replace those things, replace shim bucket, everything's good again, right? Well, then I messed up. I don't know how the valve thing happened, the hole happened. Not quite sure what went wrong there, but it is what it is. So I put it all back together and I go drive it, and this is my fault. This is where I messed up, guys. I did not tighten the locker plates down. And out of all the engines I've ever built, I've never not done that correctly. And keep in mind, Dalton has built a lot of engines. Nate's built some engines for me, which as well. We all knew how to build engines. That was just something where I was in such a rush and needed to get back together. Go out, break a cam in half. I was like, oh my God. So UTV Takeover October is coming up, and then I end up rushing to get the car back together, put a new cam in it, everything is good, all the valve buckets look good, no problems at all. Throw the engine in. This is 2 days before UTV Takeover, and my battery was dead. I pushed it out because I needed to work on some stuff inside the shop, other stuff. I pushed it out, parked it over there, and was like, I'll just charge the battery and start it to load it on the trailer and be good to go for Takeover. And this is for October. I end up getting the Pro R. So Scarlett Johansson behind me, she did not run, at least when I left. I actually hadn't started it since last year. I haven't started it since I fixed it. And then I dropped a little video for you guys. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I basically started it for the first time. Ran perfect. Still runs perfect. So here's where we are, guys. She's coming to Invasion. As a matter of fact, I'm about to take it out this weekend just to test run it. Packard Performance offered me the opportunity to do a little tuning on it because it's never really been tuned right for the fuel pump that's in it or anything else. So it's had some drivability issues where it ran really rich. So hopefully those guys can really help me out with Scarlett Johansson. She's such a fun car. And I'm hoping with some tuning love and everything else that I'll be able to make things right with her, and she'll carry on. And all of you guys will get to finally see some more boosted RS1 content. So, with that being said, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And Scarlett has a battery in it now. She's all together. She just needs a bath. She sat outside for 7-8ish months. So with that said, I hope you guys have an awesome day. We really appreciate y'all subscribing to our channel. We try our hardest to post videos every Wednesday and Sunday, and we try our hardest to just be positive, and man, we really appreciate y'all so much. Thank you guys for all your support and your love. Whiskey Throttle Race Nights, don't forget him. Frank G Life, our affiliate link is down below. We love Frank, awesome guy. StayDirtyClothing.com, great guy. And don't forget to go subscribe to Whiskey Throttle's YouTube channel. And let's see, what else? Is there anything else I can tell you guys? How about this? Say prayers for Scarlett that she will live and entertain again. All right, love you guys, bye.